For those of you guys that stay up to date on fashion and beauty, you may have noticed that the 90s are back in a really real way. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have created this look. It's a 90s vampy inspired look for autumn. Now of course we're using some more modern techniques because the techniques of the 90s were not the best, unless we're talking about Kevin Aucoin, and his finger use was fantastic. But we're not talking about his brand today, but we are talking about some great brands that I've been trying recently, and I can't wait to share them with you. Now before I talk about the products, I did want to tell you guys about something that I tried recently, and it's about this painting behind me. It's so gorgeous and it matches my office perfectly. Now I don't know too much about art, but when I found out about Swap Up Art, which basically allows you to switch up your artwork every month, you get a new piece from an artist, you get to pick what you want, and it gets sent to you, just like a Rent the Fashion subscription, but with art. Now it's not just about renting, but you're also able to buy the paintings, and many of them are super affordable. So if you're in a new space or you're in an apartment and you want to freshen it up but you don't know where to start with art, Swap Up Art is a great place to start. Now this piece of artwork is actually by Robert Melsmuff. I hope I'm saying that right. I love it because it just absolutely goes with my office. I love shades of purple, and I just felt like it was so calming and it doesn't distract in my videos. So I had to go with this one because I feel like it's the perfect backdrop for my office. So guys, check it out. I'm gonna have more information about this in the info section below, as well as on my Instagram. So as for the makeup, I was just so excited by the painting, I had to tell you guys. So as for the makeup, I did a few things from the past. I took some old products that I loved last season and I mixed them with some new products that I've been trying. So for example, I featured the Honey palette from Urban Decay. This palette came out last year, I believe, and it's still just such a staple that I had to pull it out. And then I paired it with the new Becca Light Gleam. Now these are really amazing, and I'm gonna swatch them up for you guys. I am missing one because I featured it in another look. So I'm gonna link below the link to that look so that you can easily go see that one in action. But the one that I used today was Red Star. This is the perfect shade for fall. So you can use these as a shadow, you can use them as a base, you can use them as a topper. They are just so pigmented and so gorgeous. Like I love this bricky red shade. I'm wearing it on my lid today with the topper. As you can see, the topper is very shiny, and you can apply that right on top of the shade. I also have Lunar for you guys, which is a more pinky peach. So I swatched them on my hand because it was a little too hard for me to see. This is Lunar. It's a nice pinky peach duo. Then we have Laser, which is perfect for that grungy look. It's a brown with a purple topper. Dusk is also really great for fall if you love those olive tones, those khaki tones. This is definitely it. I love this green, this olivey green, and this golden shift. This golden shift top is perfect on its own or topping over the more matte shade. So this side is a matte and this side is a shimmer. Now this one is so 90s because those soft blues and those soft pinks were like the epitome of eye looks back then. And this one is called Refract, and it's right here. Such a unique blue. I feel like we don't see this color shadow very often. It's like a gray blue. I'm also really excited to have included a product from Cheekbone Beauty. It's actually the lipstick I'm wearing, and it matched my dress perfectly. So I was like, I have to go for this lip, and it's the perfect like deep grungy 90s lip look, and this one is called Amber. Now what's great about Cheekbone Beauty is that it is completely woman owned, indigenous owned, and they give back. The Cheekbone Beauty team actually founded the First Nations Child and Family Caring Society, where 10% of the profits go. The brand also aims to educate Canadians about the residential school system, which systematically sent many Native American children away to Indian Way schools to have the culture taken out of them. Many children were mistreated, abused, some even were murdered. I have a whole bunch of Native history on my TikTok. If you'd like to follow me there, it's at recycled without the E, Stardust, recycled Stardust there. And I talk a lot about Native history, including indigenous residential schools. So Cheekbone Beauty is about education, it's about giving back, and it's about supporting women and indigenous owned brands. And that's super important to me as an indigenous woman. So I had to include that in there, and now let's start the tutorial.
So let's get started with some skincare. I'm applying the Patchology Mood Patches in Downtime. I love how these make my eyes feel, and it's just a little bit of pampering before I start a makeup routine. Not only do they hydrate the under eye area, but they also help to reduce the look of fine lines. and I rub the patches gently to really distribute the product underneath the patch. In my eyes, I'm applying the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This is one of my holy grails, one of my absolute go-tos, because when you apply this on the eye, any shadow that you put on top of it is like a Velcro. It just sticks on. I also find that it really makes shadows easy to blend. It doesn't make them look patchy. I think it's just like one of those products that just, you need it, especially when you're doing darker shadows. You really want to make sure that everything's even and uniform, and this is going to make sure it sticks and blends well. For the eyeshadow, I'm going to be shopping my stash today, which is when you go and you take a product that you may have not used in a while and you use it. So I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Honey. I believe this product came out last year and it has so many essential nudes in it, so I wanted the darkest brown in the collection for my outer V and my crease. As you see, I'm using circular motions to really distribute it and deepen the eye look. Even though we just began. We're starting off dark because this is a fall look. Now the included brush blends really well, but I love diffusing slightly with my finger. I really feel like it gives a soft touch to the edge of the look. By the way, you guys, this shade is called Sting, and I just love how it deepens any eye look, and it's an essential neutral shade, and this whole palette is an essential neutral shade palette. Now I'm going in with a brand new product, and this is the Becca Light Gleam. I'm using Red Star. You guys saw the swatches of this in the beginning of the video. Becca was so kind to send these my way, and I was so excited when I got them because they're so easy to work with. So I'm using the darker matte side of the tube to do a cut creases. This product makes applying a cut crease so simple. You don't have to worry about shadows and primers and layers. One product, you put it on, wait for it to dry, and it's done. You can use this as a shadow base, you can use it as a shadow itself, you can use it with the shimmer it's topped on top. You can literally use it in so many ways, and I feel like this one is just the epitome of fall. Again, this is Red Star. Now, unlike the matte side, the shimmery side has a brush. The matte side has a flat doe foot applicator. So this really allows you to spread the shimmery shadow over. And again, because it's a cream, you're not going to experience any fallout. So if you've ever wanted that shimmery look without having to deal with fallout, this is your product. It's not going to budge, it's not going to move. And once it's dry, it stays, it lasts all day long. And again, look how easy it is to apply. And this is applying over the matte shade. You can see that once the matte shade is dried, when you apply this on top, it's not going to move the shade underneath. It's not going to move that matte shade. I also think this is a great product for people that really don't do their makeup often, just because it's a simple two-step product. You don't need a lot of bells and whistles to get it to work. This look is going to have a mixed metal feel because in the inner corner of the eye and the lower lash line, I'm applying the shade Golden from the Naked Honey palette. Don't be afraid to mix metals on your eye look, especially for fall. And I'm also going in with a little bit of Hive, which is a medium matte brown shade. It's a little bit lighter than Sting. It opens up the eye a little bit because when you put too dark of a shadow under your eye and you have small eyes, it's going to make your eyes look smaller. And I didn't want to go too smoky with this look. Now it's time for the patches to come off, and I'm going to be applying the Pharmacy Cheer Up Brightening Vitamin C Eye Cream. I actually received this in my BoxyCharm subscription this month for September 2020, and I became so obsessed with it. I've been using it every day. I already love the brand, but this product really just helps to reduce the look of dark circles under my eye. Now we're going to be using the Eyelure Pro Magnetic Eyelashes. I was a little skeptical of these at first, and I had a little bit of a mixed experience. So let me tell you how these work. First, you're going to be applying the magnetic liquid liner right to your lid. So like you would apply a regular liquid liner, you would use this in lieu of that. So you're going to be going over the liner 3 times on each side. So if liner is not your thing and the idea of going over it 3 times is a little bit daunting, I have a little bit of suggestion for you coming up in a future video, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. But my issue with putting this on 3 times is I feel like it starts to feel heavy on the lid. It might just be me thinking about it, but I don't know. I'm just not used to putting 3 layers of liner on my lid. One thing I will say is that this liner is super opaque. I love how black it is. Like some liners, you apply them over a shimmer shadow and they don't come out as opaque, whereas this really tackled it and just really popped and stood out. It was really easy to apply as well, and I loved the pointed tip. It was very easy to get a wing liner. So once that's dry, you're going to take your lash, which has little magnets on it. Again, this might seem a little bit intimidating, but I promise you, you won't even feel them. You don't even know they're there. So this first one, you can see that it pulled my lash towards it. So there definitely was magnetic pull. I had a little bit of issue applying this one. Like no matter what I did, the corner just kept coming up. but I eventually got it to work by wiggling it and playing it with a little bit. Ironically, the next one was a breeze to put on. I literally just put it next to my lash, it zapped it right on, and it was done in a second. So sometimes you gotta play with it a little bit. Sometimes you don't always have first timer luck. Now we're going to be doing the brows, and this is the Becca Cosmetics Highbrow. This product is a retractable, angled brow pencil, and it really allows me to glide along my brow, fill it in, shape it, define it. It's just really an easy product to work with that makes my brows look fuller and fills in those bald spots and also defines the arch. I always feel more confident when my brows are done. You can't have a makeup routine without skincare, and I'm going to be going in Perito Centella Green Level Buffet Serum. And I'm applying to the back of my hand and then gently patting into the pores of my face. I'm going to be applying this all over my face for some deep hydration. One last time, we're going into the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette, and we're going into the shade Flyby. We're using the shade to highlight just a little bit underneath the brow bone to really finish brightening up that eye look. And I love how soft of a shade this is. This is definitely one of those shades where if you just wanted to apply it all over the lid, it would definitely make your eyes look more brighter and awake. I'm also going to finish moisturizing my skin with Piliani Intense Hydrating Facial Cream. I always love the packaging of this brand because they look like little potions and like something secret that you have, and really it's just amazing moisturizer. I love how hydrated this leaves my skin, and it's not too heavy and it absorbs really fast into the skin. Now we're going to be doing a little bit of defuzzing with the Revlon diffuzzer. I am a huge fan of shaving the face. It really helps to remove peach fuzz that everybody has, as well as a little bit of unwanted hair. I use it on my brows, but if you're going to use it on your brows, please be careful. As you can see, I'm only using it on my unibrow today and removed a lot. Did you guys know that Juno & Co. has my favorite microfiber sponge? I just love how velvety smooth this is. It just applies any foundation that I use flawlessly, and you guys can save some money by using the promo code on the screen. So I've wet my sponge, and I'm going to be using it to apply one of my favorite foundations, which is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation. This foundation not only covers up my redness, but it never settles into my fine lines or my pores. It's very comfortable to wear all day, never leaves my skin dry, never makes my skin break out. This is just one of those products that I could wear every day of my life and my skin would look better after wearing it. It also has an SPF in it, so if you're going out in the sun, aka you're leaving your house or even sitting by a window, you're getting the harmful sun's rays, so you need to be wearing an SPF. And I'm also applying just a little bit of the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. Usually I put this under my foundation, but when I put it over my foundation, it really brightens up that area, so I'm applying it underneath today. And I'm using my fingers. I find that applying it with my finger warms up the product and really helps it to blend buttery into my skin. I'm going over my foundation with the Dermablend Pro Illuminating Banana Powder because I'd like a more matte look today. I've been going for a lot of dewy looks all summer, and it's time to matte it up. This is very lightweight, brightens the skin, and I feel like it doesn't leave my face looking cakey. I apply a very light amount using the applicator in the packaging, which is something I usually don't do, but I feel like when I use a brush, sometimes it picks up too much of that product, so I really just wanted like the lightest application to take away a little bit of that shine and also elongate the wear of my foundation. For highlight, I'm using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Golden Lava. I felt this paired so well with the Naked Honey as well as the Becca Light Gleam, and I'm applying this to the apples of my cheek. I'm going to be applying this to my nose. I just love how buildable this is. If you want a more subtle glow, you can get it. As you can see, I'm putting on quite a few layers, so you can go dewy, natural, glowy, or glow to the gods. It's your choice with this product. I'm applying a little bit to my nose as well as my upper lip and diffuse it a little bit with my finger. We're going to warm up the look a little bit with the Physicians Formula Sunkissed Butter Bronzer. I love that this is a creamy powder hybrid. Very easy to blend out, and it's so light. It gives you just the lightest amount of contour. It's not going to leave you looking like you've been in the sun all day. It's not that summer bronze. I'm going in with such a light hand that it's not going to be super bronzy. And I'm also applying it to my jawline to appear a little thinner. Definitely thins out a rounder face. For my lips, I'm using the Cheekbone Beauty liquid lipstick in the shade Amber. As I mentioned previously in my intro, This is an indigenous women-owned brand. They give back. It's just one of those brands that I want you guys to support because not only do they have amazing products, but they have a great message and they have a great foundation. So you guys absolutely check them out. I will leave all of the details in the info section below. And of course, we're going to finish this look with the Urban Decay All-Nighter, which is going to give you all day long-lasting wear. And I feel like it also helps to add a little bit of moisture back into the face if you are feeling like you have dry skin.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you need any other additional information about any of the products used, you can always leave me a comment, and if you aren't already, please be sure to subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, of course, like it. If you're on Instagram, please be sure to check out @RecycledStardust for beauty and lifestyle content, and @FabulouslyStardust for plus size fashion and fashion trends in general. If you guys are interested in checking out my blog, it's www.thecosmoholic.com. As always guys, thank you so much for watching.